I remember it like yesterday. I was a young church planner in 2011, and I'm looking at the landscape of the American church. I've been raised in the church my entire life, experienced all different kinds and sorts of churches and Christian experiences, but I felt like there was a void, there was a chasm concerning the power of God. And specifically in the city at that time that we were in, San Bernardino, California, I'm not seeing a lot of churches that are teaching people not only how to experience Holy Spirit, but to be activated to take his power to actually impact the culture and the world around them. And so I started dreaming with God, sitting in prayer, and the Lord told me, I want you to start something called Freedom Conference. And he began to talk to me about the emphasis of the prophetic, healing, deliverance, miracles. And I have to tell you, now it's kind of like a bit of a buzz. There are buzzwords. There are things that people are leaning into more than it was definitely in 2011. And in the region where I was in, it was literally fresh and new to be talking about these things. People had no problem churching. But when you started talking about Holy Spirit and functioning in Holy Spirit, things got really weird for folks. So first conference, man, we opened up and we introduced, a lot of college students were in our church at that time. We introduced them to deliverance. It was wild. We brought in this amazing woman of God who began to share about the power of deliverance. And in the midst of that, there were all kinds of manifestations that were happening, and people were literally all of a sudden needed to go to the bathroom. They were trying to get out of the room because the Lord was literally confronting the darkness that was in souls. It was amazing what was happening there. And every year, every round went higher and higher as we began to create this space for people to come. Literally, they started coming from all over the world. They even came from London to experience what God was doing in Freedom Conference. Each year, God instructed us to be very intentional with who we brought to the table to share the Father's heart and to be those that not only taught, but equipped people to transform culture around them. There's been years where we've had people who taught us how to be able to take the power of God into entertainment, how to take the power of God into education. There's been amazing experiences, and there was a major shift, of course, in 2020. And in 2020, where the world kind of went in, the church even in many ways went in, the Lord told us, no, I need you to remain in the face of this community and to bring them into interaction with my glory and my power. So we birthed something, and we started doing worship experiences on our lawn. We got this huge concert stage and put it out there, and the power of God started literally attracting people from all over. I remember when the first Freedom Conference was on the lawn. My God, it was like we were in a room, but we were literally outside. We get to say these things in church experiences, and we'll say, the power of God's coming in the room. And we can feel like, okay, something's happening in these four walls we're in, right? But imagine, if you will, being in a space where there is no four walls, and yet the glory of God is so powerful, and God is so intentional that right where we were in this wide open space, he began to fill our lives, fill our hearts, fill the space around us. You're talking about people worshiping passionately with everything that they have in the open outside space. People are literally receiving deliverance on the grass. God is changing their lives. People are receiving prophetic words from the gate, where there were people who were walking by and they came to the gate to just watch from the outside. And then God began to minister to their hearts and to transform their lives. It's amazing what God did. And then the Lord said, shift it. He said, I want you to take it from where it's always been in California, and I want you to bring it to Texas. And I'm going to do something fresh, and I'm going to do something new. And I'm excited because we get to take this 15-year history and allow God to to break us out even into new levels of manifestation. This year, this conference is going to be different.